didn't know if Michelle was going to be here or not. What's going on out at Kinsey's, we've had a lot of trouble with the gutters, the roof, not so much the roof, it's just water infiltration. I'm having trouble getting somebody to do a reasonable attempt at repair out there. Dan Gibson from Global Building Solutions, who is our exclusive building, or excuse me, roofing vendor, was doing some work at Highway, so I asked him if he'd go over and look at it. He did a lot of repairs over there as far as the roof penetrations. So I asked him to look at the gutters, so he's came up with some great ideas to go out there and at least try to get this done, like I say, within a reasonable dollar amount figure. I have bids with me from previous vendors. They go anywhere from $244,000 to $1.75 million. So I know we're not wanting to try to spend that kind of money right now at the Kinsey with the gutters, and that would be some roofing work also. But Dan has proposed to go out there and look at the two worst spots and clean, reline, try to stop all the problems that we're having for a price of $11,720. He would also, he's going to find some things that are going to be over and above what he's bid on. We're aware of that. With Dan, who's worked with me for years and worked with us for years, he trusts us, I trust him. So $11,720 is going to fix a boatload of problems. We'll find some more, and then we can go from there as far as the total remediation with the gutter problem at the jail. Also, I would like to have Dan come every year, look at that roof, make recommendations. We have other problems, and we can get a lot more life out of that roof if we just do yearly annual maintenance by a professional contractor. And I think Dan's our man. He's, like I say, he's a Howard County resident. He lives right by me out by Northwestern School. Even though his business is from Indianapolis, he's a good man to have on our side. So for $11,720, he's going to do everything that was proposed in the scope. And I talked with Michelle, and she would pay for this project from her building funding.
Questions?
Sure.
And you think this is going to extend the life of that roof?
Absolutely, this plan will. The Kinsey's a little different than the buildings that I watch over. I don't mess with that building much because of the children's situation. I'm not trained to be around them and all that. So I don't get hands-on as much as probably what I should with the rest of the buildings. And the building has some issues. And with Dan out there every year looking at it, telling us what we need to do, I think it's a good plan. And this is a great start because he's going to hit the two worst areas. If we don't do this, it's just going to continue to get worse and worse. The CMUs are going to deteriorate more. The paint is looking horrible. So, and they got rust running down the walls from the steel gutters rusting away. So it's something we need to do. It's not a maybe.
Right.
And this is a very good deal, I believe.
What's better than the $244,000?
It's quite a bit better. That was a lower bid. I think the big one included a termite inspection though for free.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the $11,720 for the,
No.
what do we call
That'd
it,
be the
relining,
Kinsey gutter
fixing
repair.
the addressing of the Kinsey gutters. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
let's get her done. They're gonna put that off till next month.
Oh, he's here.
I got a notice to put it off till next month.
They still have one that they have to
Okay,
do.
this isn't the one. Okay, so we're doing that then.
We're doing EverHealth, okay.
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna go back and pick up community corrections. Jeremy Lovell.
Yeah, the second one got tabled. We're trying to stick with our current provider, so I think
Okay.
we'll work something out. So we're gonna get that to you guys next time. The MOU in front of you is for AverHealth for our drug testing. The only changes, the price is staying the same. They are lowering what we pay for confirmations, which confirmations are if somebody tests on a urine instant screen, then we have to send it to a lab for confirmation for court and all that. They lowered that price from, I believe, $19.95 to $15 for this MOU. All the other pricing and everything's the same.
You say they lowered the price?
Of the confirmation testing, but the actual instant screen stayed the same. They wanted to raise, but we talked them into keeping everything where we're at currently,
Are
so,
we getting the same service?
yes, sir.
Today's world, they're lowering pricing. It's good.
Yeah,
It's unheard of, but it's good.
right, right.
Questions?
Good.
I'll make the motion to accept.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the MOU. All in favor?
Aye.
It's accepted.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jeremy. Okay. So, Ms. Tori Kelly. Welcome, Tori.
How's it going? I have 3 Laredo agreements, Chastain Land Title, Trevor McMahon, and then Lewis Rice LLC. So these are just the standard Laredo for them to have the at-home subscription.
No changes.
No, no changes. Same old one I've been using.
Okay. Questions?
I have the agreement.
I'd make the motion to accept.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the Laredo agreements as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
These are accepted. Next up, we'll have the Howard Haven. Jennifer?
Good afternoon. I'm here today to get Tanya Pizarro approved to reside at Howard Haven. She'll be a full RCAP resident.
How many you got out there, Jennifer?
And you can have 20? Okay.
I would make a motion to accept the new resident at Howard Haven.
Second.
I have a motion to accept. All in favor?
Aye.
That is approved.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next up is our clerk, Debbie Stewart.
Good
Good
afternoon.
evening.
Hey.
I'm good. How's everybody?
Good.
Okay, I have a contract for Indiana Wesleyan. We are going back to Indiana Wesleyan for the fall election. So there was a scheduling conflict for this primary. So I have sent this to Alan. He has read through it and everything's okay on it. So I just need a signature.
Where was the, instead of Wesleyan in the primary, where was the location?
It was at latitude 40, which was up on North Davis and North Washington. So it was a place that we just found it on the spur of the moment because Indiana Wesleyan notified us right at the last minute that there was a scheduling conflict. So we just had to find a place. So this time, we've worked with them since the primary, and they have us all scheduled, and no conflicts.
You have something? So this $3,600 is for the entire time? How is that rate set? Is that just a standard amount, or?
It depends on, this is their conference estimate, so that's what they charge to rent for a conference. In this case, and that way we don't have to secure the equipment out there. We don't have to move the equipment. So we're actually getting it for 24 hours. Signature.
I'll make the motion to accept this and have Mr. Dodd sign on behalf of the commissioners.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Now, Debbie, while we're here, and this is kind of off the topic, but there was a lot of issues with voting at the Jeff Stout Center this last time. With the elevator being down, I had numerous emails wanting to know when the elevator was going to be fixed, and there was somewhat inconvenient for people to park in the back by the coroner's office and
Right.
come in. And then some people ask about wheelchair accessible, things of that nature. So I assume that it's going to be real hard to move things out of there, but I think that we have to do a better job of making it much more accessible for people that have any kind of handicap. Whether we need to reserve certain parking and make it that way during the duration of the voting, and/or have wheelchairs accessible and things of that nature.
Right.
Because people
Well,
are upset.
And two, when they enter that back door, because they have to walk all the way to the front, it's hard. So what we did later on, once the elevator we knew was going to be down, we went up to the health department, and they let us borrow a wheelchair. So for those that were having difficulty walking, we had the wheelchair there for them to use. So I think
don't know if anybody else is going to input, but we've corrected the problem with the elevator, but that elevator's old, and it is,
Not feasible.
it's this very difficult elevator because it's so old and so outdated. So I don't know what everybody else's opinion is, but I just.
We've had this discussion before. I don't feel like that's a proper place to have a voting center. It's not. Location is not good. Access is not good. So I think we need to look for a different place.
Well, and it was a place that we were pushed into.
I understand.
So,
Now we need to push out of it.
well, if you push us out of it, then we got to have a place for the equipment, and we got to have a place for voter reg, and we got to have a place for the election room. Because it all needs to be contained
Right.
together. It makes it easier for voter reg to work with the election room and vice versa. And then it's easier because we have our little triangle.
I
So,
understand the convenience for you guys,
right,
but I'm thinking about convenience for the voters.
right.
And it's not convenient for the voters. It's just not, Well, you can come to the podium.
Lisa Washington, 3156 Woodfield Drive. We did have some discussions with some of the ministers in town, and Reverend Anderson, or I should say Pastor Anderson, has offered up Mount Pisgah. Mount Pisgah has an activity center, and I think if someone would like to go over there, they have ample parking. It's a There's no steps to go in, and it is a big, big center.
Ms. Washington, I appreciate your input.
So-
But we're talking a little bit more about just a voting place.
That's what I'm saying, Mount,
For the 30, it has to be 30 days, and it has to be in an office that the clerk has.
Correct.
So we've got a satellite office over in the government center.
I'm just offering
Yeah.
to go over and take a look at it. It is a huge center.
Yes,
So I'm saying if you're looking for another place, it's something that would be convenient, something you don't have to worry about an elevator, you don't have to worry about someplace that's, it's handicapped accessible. Mount Pisgah is the largest, one of the larger churches in town. So, there's another offering there. So that might be a place to look at. That's all I'm offering.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate the input.
Yeah, and I had looked, because while we were trying to find a place for Indiana West, to replace Indiana Wesleyan, I had driven by that church. And I did notice, but I didn't know who to get in contact with. So I appreciate your email for future reference. So if we have an issue with like UAW or Indiana Wesleyan, or any of the other voting locations, then we've got this one that we can fall back on. And it'll be in my binder with our list. So that way we can, and I would love to come out and see it because like I said, I drove by it and it is a big facility. But as far as the 28, 30 days prior to the election, it has to be a facility that the clerk can have a satellite office at.
And-
Because
and
it has to
I understand
be-
your need, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I understand that. But my point is, with Commissioner Lipinski, is that
I know, that's, when we moved over there, I was concerned because,
I challenge you to start thinking about that, and thinking hard about it, because that's just not a good location. Like I said, it's not convenient for our voters.
yeah. Okay,
The vote center, that'd be a great idea. But as an office and everything you need, we got to start thinking
Yeah.
about it.
okay,
As we've had this discussion before,
right,
so,
Thank you.
okay.
okay?
My contract's approved?
Yep, you're good.
Oh, you guys can.
Oh, are you okay? Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Deb.
Okay. Next up will be our Planning Commission, Mr. Sheeline.
Good afternoon. I have two cases before you. The first case is the rezoning of a property at 4106 North, 300 West. That's ordinance number 2026-BC00-24, and that's being rezoned from agricultural to rural residential.
Okay. Let me get all these divided here, Greg.
Pardon me?
I said, I'm just getting these divided so these guys can look at them. Bear with me. Okay, which number was that, Greg?
24.
What number?
The ordinance number?
34. Should be 24.
Ordinance, yeah, it's BCCO 24.
That's this one and that's that one. Questions or comments for Greg?
Make the motion to accept
Second.
ordinance 26 BCCO 24.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
That one is passed.
Okay, thank you. And then to go along with that rezoning, we also have a one-lot subdivision at that same address, 4106 North, 300 West.
I'll make that motion to accept.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That is
That's all I have.
passed. Okay,
Greg.
thank you.
Thank you.
Next is our coroner, David Granger.
Hello. I'm here to get approval for, there's a power lift system that I'd like to purchase that would go in the existing transfer van that the EMA and the coroner's office uses. I already have the funds. It's approximately $36,000. There's 3 parts to it. There's an actual product we buy, there's installation of the product, and there's a small part we have to buy. The total of it's $36,000. So like I said, the council gave me the money. They already approved the money a couple of weeks ago. So I'd like to.
Can you describe what this would do for your department?
Yeah, so what it does, it will take a lot of the physical labor, the actual lifting, twisting, away from the EMA volunteers that primarily do it when they're not available. Our staff does it as far as transferring the decedent. So it's going to be less labor intensive. Still, it requires the same amount of people to operate it, but it's less actual physical labor on those that are doing the work. Make it safer.
This back injuries,
Exactly. Reduce the risk of work-related injuries.
okay? Questions or comments?
I can speak on that a little bit too, Jack. I'm still deputy coroner. If you knew that or not, I'm a reserve, non-paid deputy coroner. So I still assist with the office. And when David and I had to unload a person the other day that was quite large without this cot and tweaked my back a little bit. And just couldn't get the wheels down quick. Now, this power lift system is I'm familiar with them because Greentown has them on their ambulances. It's just literally you roll the cot up to this, it power lifts the cot, you hit a button, it picks it up, and you just slide the cot in, and you pull it out, it lowers it down. I talked to Carrie about this too. She said one back injury we eliminate, that's gonna pay for this cot system. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just a more modern way of doing things, safer.
Most ambulance services have them.
It goes in the existing vehicle. It was brought up, a couple people brought it up. When that vehicle, when its times comes, it's removable. So we can still be taken out, put in a new vehicle. So I think it's a good investment.
Any other questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
Make the motion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
So there is going to be a purchase order. Is that something I complete and sign, or do I give it to you guys to do?
Yes. You can run it through Pam. You
Okay.
complete it, run it through Pam, sign off on it, and
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
David.
okay, that completes departmental business. Is there any new business to come before the board? Hearing none. Claims and reports. Salary,
$1,204,645.08.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Those are approved. Payroll expense,
$1,204,645.08.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Those are approved. Operating claims,
$1,892,047.46.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Those are approved.
Aye.
Do we have any claims to ratify?
None.
Monthly reports,
We have weights and measures June 15th or 16th through June 16th, 2025 through June 15th, 2026. And then we have weights and measures May 16th, 2026 through June 15th, 2026. And we have county treasurer's monthly report ending May 31st of 2026.
Okay, we'll mark those received. Do we have any grants?
None.
Mr. Wilson?
I have nothing this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Lipinski?
750 west and 00 north-south. That road has been numerous accidents since I was a child. And we just had a tragedy close to that intersection about a week and a half ago. And I think we've had enough accidents there and enough tragedy that it's time that something be done. So I would request that we talk to Amber. I don't know, David, if you got any input, Sheriff's Department, but I would like to see us do a professional traffic study in that area. And I know it's going to cost money, but it saves one life, and we've lost numerous lives there. So I think it's past time that we do something.
I don't know the history of it.
I can tell you that request has been made of Amber, and she is currently working on hiring a professional traffic engineer to look at that and report back to us on that. But in the meantime, what can we do in the meantime? That's the question. Something I thought about, if you look down at 750 and State Road 22, where unfortunately we lost the life of one of our county highway, I noticed that they have, it seems to me, a bigger and brighter stop sign with the reflective stripes going down the side, but also says there's a sign underneath that says cross traffic does not stop. So I wondered about putting those stop signs on each side.
Absolutely.
Now, in talking to some of the sheriff department guys, I'm not sure that a brighter, bigger stop sign would have made a difference in this situation. But in the interest of doing something, I would like to request that we add that same kind of setup on the east-west approach there until we get some recommendations back. So I'd like to make that request of our highway department to put that there in the meantime.
Absolutely.
So with you guys' consent,
Absolutely.
I'd like to do that. Even though last time we had something happen there, we put, I don't know how many feet, yards back, some signs up that said, stop sign ahead. So it's unfortunate and shortly after that, another fatality happened on these scooters. These scooters are dangerous. But people need to be aware when you're out on these scooters, they need to have all the required lights, and people need to wear light clothing, and people need to take precautions. How do you regulate that? I don't know. How do you regulate safety? So I guess we need to keep using this pulpit to say things like that. Be careful, be aware, be safe. So thank you for bringing that up, Jeff. I mean, sad situations. So we will make those requests of our highway department. Mr. Bray?
I totally agree with what you said and totally support it, so we'll get on that. Aside from that, I hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July. That, I think we had a fairly safe, I haven't heard of any real injuries we had from that, so I think we had a good weekend, so that's all I got.
Is there anyone from the audience like to make public comment? Hearing none, seeing none,
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
we stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody.